Oh, it's Friday, and you know it's our Africa Tech segment. Welcome. Urban poverty and slum are often connected and pose major challenges to developing nations alike. But these challenges are more pronounced in developing nations, among which Nigeria is not exempted. According to UN Habitat, around 33% of the urban population in the developing world in 2012, or about 863 million people, live in slums. The proportion of urban population living in slums is the highest in sub-Saharan Africa. But all of that is changing in a drive to spread the knowledge of technology education. A group of young and tech-savvy youths put together a program called Girls Coding, an intense program that trains young girls living in underserved communities in Nigeria, such as the slums and orphanages, in computer programming, giving them mentoring and internship opportunities with technology companies. Joining us on the show is the co-founder of Pearls Africa Foundation, Abisoye Ajayi. Pearls Africa Foundation is an NGO that promotes the cause and advancement of vulnerable young girls and women. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Hello.
Oh yeah, you're live to Network Africa. Thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Thank you for having me.
The first thing I'm going to ask you is, what inspired this project for you?
Girls Coding was conceived from a personal experience. Technology was basically my ticket out of poverty. So I feel vulnerable young girls who are technology savvy would have better chances at succeeding in life. Economic empowerment through computer programming. That's it.
Also, which of the slums have you been to, and how has the response been from the girls?
Oops, Makoko slum precisely. Makoko slum is in Yaba. Initially, it was very slow. We had a orientation program, and we were able to talk to 14 girls. And we took about 3 hours in going around, gathering them, talking to them. And eventually, when they came around, we had to talk to them, orientate them, tell them, about the importance of the program we were trying to do. And I was actually surprised that when we started, we saw about 7 people. So I was shocked. What happened? Then I had to go back again for another orientation program, went around, gathering them, talking to them. And the subsequent classes, it grew. Then we started having 14. Then the next thing we had 20 people. Then we found out what was going on. Now we are at 23 in number.
So tell me, right. That sounds like an interesting story. Tell me, what can the girls do now? What can some of them actually do?
Some have never seen computers before. Some have never seen laptops before. So now they can do basic stuff, computer appreciation to start with. Some of them can do basic websites because we had to group them into 2 different classes. We left about 17 in a place, and the rest of the people, another group. We actually called the class a senior class and a junior class. So the senior class have been working on HTML recently, and that's a hypertext markup language.
That's right.
It's used for, when you want to make websites, build certain apps. So yes, they can do a couple of things now, and they're very excited. Some are even working on graphical stuff right now. They're working with graphics, designing flyers. Beautiful.
That is quite interesting. Let me ask you this last one. To what extent do you think government should be part of this program, especially when computer literacy curriculum has not been introduced as an integral subject in some public syllabus?
I think government should work with private sector organizations to help bridge the gap in capacity for IT training for public schools. Interestingly, all our students are from different public schools, so if having a form of partnership with government would help organizations and NGOs to reach more people. I feel government should also work on policies that help encourage more participation by the private sector in IT development.
Oh, thank you so much. We just want to wish you the best of luck in this very fantastic work that you are doing. The co-founder of Pearls Africa Foundation, Abisoye Ajayi, Thank you so much for joining us on Network
Thank you for
Africa.
having me. Thank you very much.
Something really interesting is going on in the Western Sahara Desert. Farmers are making their own animal feed using food waste. The animal feed is chemical and pesticide free and reduces waste on farms.
In the desert town of Dakhla in the Western Sahara, farmers are looking for more efficient ways to feed their livestock. Traditional animal feed can be expensive, but a farming cooperative is now recycling food waste to make cheaper livestock feed for their herds of cows, sheep, goats and camels. The Youth Oued Ed Dahab Farming Cooperative, named after the region of the disputed Western Sahara territory, is made up of 7 men and women. The cooperative recycles the leaves and discarded fruit from cherry tomato plants at a local farm, which would have otherwise been burnt or thrown away. The leaves and fruit are dried and mixed with other raw materials to make up the organic animal feed, which has the advantage of not containing any chemicals or insecticides. The cooperative started the project in 2015, and a local farm in Tawata commune, just outside Dakhla, provides the food waste for the feed. According to the cooperative, the process of recycling the food waste into animal feed can take up to 50 days. The leaves and waste are first collected and dried in the sun for around 7 days. They are then boxed up and taken to a factory where they are crushed with raw tomatoes and left to ferment for 40 days. The project was supported and financed by the Foundation Fos Bukra, a foundation set up to support economic and social development in the region. The project was launched in 2015 in June and will initially run until 2017. And the foundation hopes to duplicate the project with cooperatives in other parts of the Western Sahara.
Very innovative. That's our program today. Thanks a lot for watching. I am Adeshawa Josh, and I'll see you again.